Welcome to the Mike and Ty Ride Bikes Halloween special. We are in Jefferson, Texas. We just spent the night at the Jefferson Hotel, the Historic Jefferson Hotel. It's supposed to be one of the most haunted hotels in Texas. Would you agree?
Yes.
We have some things we can't explain. And in fact, at one point you know what, just watch the video.
So we have made it to the Jefferson. Mike is talking to the owner right now, but I have made a friend and another friend.
Listen to these stairs.
I know.
The Historic Jefferson Hotel. Oh, that's creepy. We're staying in the Historic Jefferson Hotel. We just passed the doll room, which is creepy. But we're gonna be staying in the bridal room.
I don't like that. Oh.
Each of these rooms has red ropes. Look at this hallway.
Of course we are. Rest Haven Cemetery.
So we spent the night in room number 19, which is the bridal room. The legend is a woman named Lydia hung herself from her mother's bed after her husband, or soon-to-be husband, notified her he wasn't coming to the wedding. And that room has one of the rooms with the most activity, so that's where we stayed. When you first walk into the hotel, you're greeted with all kinds of memorabilia and artifacts and things. If you've seen any of our videos before, you know that we like art. We're fans of art, and this building in and of itself is an art museum. There's so much history, even without the haunted aspect. Factor in the haunted aspect, and it's just so cool.
I saw a shadow on the wall already.
She's already freaked out. We're getting ready to go to dinner. We've set movement activated balls around the room. One of which we set directly on the center of this bed. And this bed, yeah, this ball has gone off twice. You can see Kaitlyn's picking things up and setting them down, and the ball is not activating. This ball has activated itself twice on the bed. We are in the bridal room, which contains a bed that a bride hung herself from. The bed itself is the item in question, and this is where the ball has gone off twice since we've been in this room. So we're gonna set up a GoPro, go to dinner, and see if it catches anything while we're gone before we start this investigation. In this room, it says in 1912, the bed from this room, a bride hung herself from it. Her name was Lydia Grisby, and she committed suicide because her fiance didn't show up to the wedding. This is the bed, and that may or may not contain the spirit. Since we've been in this room, we have a motion activated ball that's been sitting in the center of the bed, and it's gone off three times? 3 times. It's gone off 3 times. Clearly we're not near the bed or touching it. I'm gonna leave this GoPro going. When we go out for dinner, we're going to come back and see what happens. Ready? Need what?
Do you need your hand?
No. Even walking down the street away from the Jefferson Hotel, has an awesome feeling. It's like New Orleans, but without the people.
It's almost a full moon too.
It's almost a full moon. Back, Lydia.
According to like newspapers and stuff, if you look back, this building is kind of intentionally taken out of pictures. Like you'll see the Excelsior and you'll see some of the roads, but it's very hard to find pictures of this place. And I think it's because back then it was a brothel. It was like this is where you came. Yeah, and so this was built originally as a cotton warehouse, not a hotel. And so the steamships would come in, they would load in this side, and then they built the lower half as a hotel. And then eventually turned it all into a hotel.
Oh, wow.
There's some old beds, especially the bed in y'all's room, that has the history to it. There was a shooting in here when this was set up as, it was called the Crystal Palace. We call it the Crystal Palace Saloon now, but back in the 20s it was called the Crystal Palace. It was a speakeasy, it was all kind of brothel, it was all kinds of stuff. There is a basement here though that we haven't uncovered. Apparently what had happened is the stairs are in the back right, kind of where my workshop is, but they filled them in because someone fell down and died. And there's no telling. The stuff that we found already in the walls, especially like in the attic area, I don't know if you saw, but like right above here, there's a glass case, and that's all the stuff that we found when we moved in. Like there's a typewriter, there's an awesome old hotel bell that's 100 and something years old, and then
I saw the baby in the floor.
And then the baby, yeah.
Rose.
We found that about 10 feet back.
Yeah.
Down
I was reading
the floor,
thing on the door.
Yeah. Lydia Grigsby was, in 1912, her mother owned this hotel. It was called the Grigsby Hotel. And there's actually a newspaper clipping that states she hanged herself from her mother's bed. The other story is that she never committed suicide. It was her husband that killed her.
Oh, wow.
And then just put her on the rope from the bed. Who really knows? There's a couple things you get. You either get stuff with the bride where you'll either see her or I've had reports of her covering people up. You'll have footsteps, knocking, voices.
I told you I thought I heard something earlier.
Yeah, nobody's down in y'all's end of the hall. So when it was the Crystal Palace, a brothel, apparently one of the ladies of the night got stabbed in that bathtub. And that story's been passed down throughout. So people hear splashing in the bathtub and they'll go look and the bathtub's bone dry and they run out the door.
Yeah.
Like we've had so many people from that room. There's a video I posted, I don't know if you saw it. This was a couple months ago. Some girls were staying in that room and they left a camera running and you see the shadow and it's big and then it just gets real small and then it runs and darts off. I'll show it to you. That whole area from like, I'd say room 10, 18, 19, and 11, that whole area gets so much activity. Like we get more reports on that back end of the hotel, upstairs and down, versus like these rooms. We get reports everywhere, but it's just that main area back there. I don't know what it is. That used to be the front of the hotel though, back in
Over there?
Probably the 1870s, yeah.
Really?
We weren't a hotel till 1880 something. And so, but the building's, 1851, it's an old building. It's seen a lot of things. That's why we have a very strict no refunds policy. Because we've had so many people leave.
People just did.
Even like the first 10 minutes, they're just like, we can't do it, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the things we live with here. That's the norm. we'll kind of like say to each other, "Did you hear that?" We were upstairs, and the city has a local ghost walk on Friday and Saturday nights. They come through they go through different buildings. We started up on this end, and we were asking questions and stuff, and a light bulb just went glass and everything. So we all take it down. We're running down the hall, and we get to about a little bit before y'all's room. I think it was room 16, 17. And we stopped, and then the bulb above there went. We're like, okay, we gotta go. We can't. So then they come downstairs. We're like, let's try downstairs. Maybe there's some major electrical issues. I'm an electrical engineer, and so that's what I did before we bought the place. I know it wasn't, you know. We end up in the kitchen, which is a super hot spot. We've had some violent stuff happening there with like pots and pans flying all over the place. But the first week we brought the ghost walk in there. I wasn't in there for this, but 25 people said it happened. So we had a cup with butter knives in it, and apparently they walked in and this cup shot across the room, hit the wall, and exploded. And then they all ran out here. So the first week was like absolutely nuts. Room 3, there's a little QR code you can scan, but it has this little boy. It looks like peering out of the door and then darting back in. Like I said, the whole place has activity. It's just and it's different stuff. There's a little boy that runs around. He's got red hair, and many people have seen him. I saw him once, and it was just a split second. But our guests have seen him many times. In fact, the funniest thing with the little boy is there's a man and woman staying here, and she dragged her husband out here. He wasn't into the stuff at all, and so she was trying to have a good time, and he's in the room watching TV. She goes outside to get something around midnight, because I remember we were in the ballroom having a little party or whatever. And she comes in and she says, "Hey, we gotta go. I'm sorry." I'm like, "Okay." I was hoping nothing was wrong. I was like, "Is everything okay?" She's like, "Everything's fine." And she goes, "My husband just had an experience, and he's not a believer, so he's mad." He's like, I said, "Well, what happened?" And she goes, "Well, he heard commotion in the hallway. He opened the door, and there was a little boy sitting in the chair in front of our door. And he was kicking his feet or something, and he goes, 'What are you doing? Where are your parents?' And he didn't talk, but as soon his wife came in the door, so he turned, looked at his wife. His wife noticed he was there, and she goes, 'What are you doing?' And he turned back around, and the little boy was gone. And so that was the end of there.
Give me chills.
Yeah. And then the little boy, oh, that was my fault. The little boy also was spotted upstairs, or downstairs right here by the front desk. I was talking to a lady upstairs, and I was telling her a story. Oh, that's our clock, okay.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
I hope you know what that is.
Yeah, so I was telling the lady a story, and I could tell she was preoccupied with something. She kept looking downstairs, and I said, "Is everything all right?" She goes, "Yeah, but your son wanted to show me something." And I said, "My son? My son's in this room right here." And she goes, "That little boy is not your son?" And I go, "No, what little boy?" And she said, "The little red-headed boy downstairs, not your son." And I go, "No, ma'am, it's not. It's, you know." And so she was talking, she, I guess, had a conversation with him. He wanted to show her something. So I don't know if maybe that's the little boy from the disappointments room, because we've had several pictures taken up there where they've caught a little boy. Up in the attic, there's a room that is sealed off, and it's called the disappointments room, because in 1874, I think it was, it's in the map up there, but there was a child kept up in that room because he was disabled, and they were trying to keep the child out of sight, out of mind kind of thing, and so that room is still there. We know it was a little boy that was kept up there. We don't know his name or age. Kind of estimate by pictures, but I don't know. I don't know where the little boy comes from.
Do you know what like the disability would have been?
Yeah, well, whatever it was, he had a cane. So some with his leg, and then also
maybe?
It could have been, yeah.
Hmm.
But I don't think that's why he was kept up there. He also was disfigured from what we kind of, it was the terms were kind of weird in the in what we found, but
yeah,
it was a long time ago, so who knows really what, you know. what it was. And it didn't state, like, this family kept their child in a room upstairs. There's what I saw on my floor.
Oh, wow.
See that?
I don't like that.
No, I don't like that at all. I was in the room asleep, and I heard this little girl. I heard this, like, laughter, like, hee hee. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I'll have to find a video, but...
Nope.
Oh, here it is. Okay, so there's the face. That is just so creepy.
What I'm doing here, I woke up because I heard a child laughing twice in my bed. So I'm looking around and I zoom into that. And it kind of just stares at me.
There's my cat.
That's my cat right there.
Yeah.
But it lost focus. And right about here, I freaked out.
And so then I wake up again, and it's
Not
gone.
around
It's
that area.
completely gone.
There's the same box.
It was right over here.
Nothing is there. And here's
So-
the still shot.
Yeah, the still shot is just... But, so, anyway, the story gets better because... But anyway, I have this Japanese soldier's uniform, and he got shot. You can see the bullet holes and blood and all that stuff. My friend bought it for me, and I just took it to my room that night that happened, and it was sitting on the thing. And so I'm wondering, like, was that the spirit of the Japanese, you know, with the, because they used to wear those masks and stuff.
yeah.
And so, but anyway, that's kind of the stuff that happens. We have a doll upstairs named Eddie. Did you see him in that case? He looked like a Chucky doll.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
He's a 1960s Hasbro doll, and I got him just because we collected old dolls. But at our old house, we had a doll section. Not like we'd have a doll room now, but we had probably 30, 40 dolls. He was one of them. And I went out to get something in the kitchen, and I heard plastic moving. He's the only plastic doll I have. The other ones are composite or porcelain or whatever. So he has a very distinct noise, and I looked, and I was like, Eddie, is that you? We also had cameras in our living room. But I was joking around, and I don't ever joke around asking dolls to move, because if they do, you're going to be freaked out. So I was like, Eddie, if that was you, just move. And I thought I saw his whole head move and, like, look at me, and I paused. And I was like, did that just happen? And I said, I looked, I'm like, all right, I'm out of here. So I ran to woke my wife up, because I'm a night owl, she's not. I said, babe, you're not going to believe what happened. I got to pull the cameras up. So I'm on the computer, and she can't see anything, and I zoom in, and the whole doll kind of just went like this.
Nope.
And I'm like, it's like, oh my God. And so that's what first started with Eddie. And that's why he's in a case right now.
It's kind of like a male Annabelle.
Yeah. And so we started, like, doing little EVP sessions thing with Eddie, and he's been caught several times. So it's not like, if they were running overhead across, I could say, it's that. It's that.
It sounded like a scream.
Well, that did sound like a scream.
Like a kid scream.
Yeah. That was weird. I call it the paranormal playground.
See how dark this gets.
Oh, I don't like that.
All right. We're in the bridal room of the Jefferson Hotel. We may or may not be with our friend Lydia. Lydia, my name is Mike, and this is Kaitlyn.
Hi.
And we have left some motion-activated balls out for you. What?
Move. It has to move.
Okay, movement-activated balls.
If you're Lydia, there are 2 rumors about how you passed away involving the bed. You hung yourself, or your husband or soon-to-be husband hurt you and made it look like you hurt yourself. Did he abandon you at the altar?
Did your fiance abandon you? You leave here.
I was so sick.
Who was sick?
Were you sick after you were abandoned? You were sad? If you want to activate the ball, you just move it like this.
That was her.
I'm pretty sure that was me. Can you light up the other ball?
I control this place.
Prove it. Prove it. You haven't even lit up the ball. Tell us your name or blow out the candle.
Can we know your name so we can tell the owner of this hotel that you own this place or control this place? I'm sure he would love to know that.
Altar.
Is this Lydia?
Can you tell us your name?
1940s.
What happened in the 1940s? Could you be the lady of the night that was supposedly stabbed in the bathtub?
Problem.
What's the problem?
Did somebody hurt you?
Lady of the night, if you're here.
He shouts.
The man who stabbed you shouts?
I was sick.
You just want to communicate.
I can see you all.
Will you tell us what your name is so we know who can see us?
Thank you for listening.
Tap something so we have a definitive answer.
Do you like it when people come and try and talk to you?
Flash.
You can grab my phone if you phone over there.
I'm from the light.
What does that even mean? The EMF reader? Is that the light you're talking about?
Or you get power from the flash.
What did it say? Do you want me to turn a flashlight on? I can turn a flashlight on for you if you want to set off that EMF reader so I know that it's a yes.
If there's anybody here with us, we'd like you to come sit down
We're
with
not
us.
nasty.
Okay. The camera just turned off.
Yeah, I see that. Why?
I don't know.
Mystical.
Did you turn off our camera?
I can get a picture of it. If you turned off the camera, why? You not wanted to see something?
We need power.
What did it just say?
We need power. What kind of power do you need?
Julian.
Who's Julian? Is that your name or is that someone else?
My name is Michael.
Well,
I think this ghost got jokes.
hello, Michael. Mike's name is also Michael, but he goes by Mike to friends.
Are you Michael or are you calling me by my name?
Is it recording again?
My name is Anna.
Hi, Anna. How many people are with us? Oh, I didn't mean to get that. Do you want me to turn the flashlight off now?
Yeah.
We like the dark.
Okay, well, the light is off. I'm gonna come sit by you.
I guess that answers your question.
Approach.
I think everybody should stay where they are.
Bring it.
Don't antagonize.
Good morning from the Jefferson Hotel. We spent the night in the bridal suite and we were up all night experiencing fun little things. I got about 4 hours sleep and I woke up and I grabbed my phone and I was looking at my phone for maybe 30 seconds. And to my right, the lamp slowly turned on. Almost like if it was on a dimmer. I went over there and checked it. There is no dimmer. And that light was not on when I went to sleep. So I'm not sure if the ghost was trying to be friendly because I'm awake or if she's like, hey, time to go. We're on our way out. We survived the night. We got very little sleep, but it was fun and it was a great time. There's a lot of interesting things that happened. And this doll is locked up for a reason. I hope you enjoyed watching that video as much as we did in making it. We plan on making a few more ghost hunting adventures in the future. So if you'd like to see more or you have any comments, go ahead and leave them below. Otherwise, make sure you subscribe because it's only going to get crazier. Somebody help!